The Turtles are back doing what they do best, sprite-based punches and kicks. Happy Mario Day, now save some bucks on some awesome Switch games. And Humble Bundle has been keeping people entertained while doing some serious good work for the world. All that and the latest in everything cool today in the Rundown. Welcome to the show today, everybody. I hope everybody is having a happy hump day. Happy Wednesday, March 10th. Happy Mario Day. We have got some great stories to get into in the rundown. You can tell I'm in a good mood today. Well, I'm generally in a pretty good mood. I'm pretty happy being able to do what I get to do. And thank you all for joining us today. I'm going to dedicate this episode of the Rundown Live to Harrison Biggity. Yay, laughing out loud was the first in the room today. I see your yays, I think, quite often on some of the vids, which is really nice. So this rundown is dedicated to you. I see you, C. Smith and Mr. M9991, Kratos70, Acid Riot is here, Abby Jameson, yay! I finally caught one live. That's awesome. Paul Adamson and Graham Coombe. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much for joining us. We are going to do a couple of things. It's basically two shows, right? Because we're going to do the Rundown Live, and I've got some stories all lined up for you, and I think you can guess which one. Well, it's in the title, so you know what I'm going to talk about. But some other things as well, and then I'm going to wrap up that show, and I'm going to go right into the end video. And then I'm going to start a new show, EPN Plays, and we're going to have a sort of 2-in-1 like that, because I know people come in the middle of EPN Plays and it says the rundown at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the videos in half and post them as separate videos so people can just watch that stuff if they want to. But let's get started with your rundown. All right, so the first story is all about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles announcement that came out today. .emu, who kicked a ton of ass with Streets of Rage 4 last year, they're back at it again, working on another retro-feeling game called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, and they are working with Tribute Games, who made awesome sprite-based games like Panzer Paladin and Flint Hook. This is a total throwback to Turtles in Time. We don't see a ton of gameplay in this video here, but it looks sensational, and I feel seen. I feel seen for all of the side-scrolling superhero videos that I've been making, and more are coming, I promise. I've got more of those in the works. And what I wanted to do after we take a look at this visual, so they use like the full animated sort of cartoon sequence here, which I love. There's a ton of work in here with the retro music. I didn't want to throw in the music just in case there were any copyright flags, but all of this stuff is just such a heartwarming kind of throwback to a different age, a simpler age, but an age where comic book heroes could be incredibly fun, you know? And the gameplay looks super tight. I would expect nothing less out of Tribute Games. They're doing some really good work here with the animation and punching and kicking all of the Foot Clan members, and we see, I think, Bebop and Rocksteady is in there, and then we throw into the camera to end it all off. That's just incredible. Cannot wait for that. But I wanted to take a second here to speculate on what else people should be doing with these side-scrolling superhero titles, because clearly I believe in them, and if anybody needs some proof, all you got to do is dig into my video archive of all the side-scrolling superheroes and 16-bit superhero videos that I've been doing for the last couple of years, and there are some fantastic games in there. I've already tweeted that I would like to see Sabotage, who made The Messenger, which is amazing. I'd like to see those guys make a Batman game. I think they would just totally crush it. And then I would like to see Yacht Club do a bunch of Marvel games. Like, I could just imagine the people that made our beloved Shovel Knight working on a Spider-Man game or a Black Panther game or a Captain America game. And I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think? Mike Patton sings the theme song, Finite Joy, says. That's amazing. That's so cool. It's blowing my mind. Graham Coombe says, love the art style. Reminds me of the 90s Turtles. I mean, that's what I discovered when I went back into my cartridge collection. We're going to be playing some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time in a bit on the SNES, by the way. But tell me what game and developer you would like to see, and you can do this in the comments below, and I'll read some of this stuff when I'm into the EPM Plays portion, but let me know what you would think or you would like out of a side-scrolling superhero kind of redux, you know, and what developers should do that. But listen, I mean, we got an amazing work of art with Streets of Rage 4 last year. How many people talked about Streets of Rage 4 at our Rocket and Ray Gun Awards at the end of the year? It was up for all kinds of awards. It's incredible. And that kind of gameplay, I feel like we overdid it maybe on the brawlers, on the side-scrolling brawlers, and there was a familiarity with it, and we kind of exhausted it a little bit, but there were some really incredible games, not just with brawlers, but side-scrolling experiences in general, and some really incredible licensed games. So I feel like sometimes it's good to just take a breath and then come back. And I'll tell you something, I've seen this, Shredder's Revenge graphic and the imagery around this game on every site that deals with video games at all. Like, this is the biggest news in video games today. And it happens to land on Mario Day, which is crazy. But Mario Day is actually, it's such a big deal that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming back in a side-scrolling kind of fashion that it supplanted Mario Day as our number one story. So our number two story, as you could probably guess, is it is Mario Day, and Nintendo is celebrating with all kinds of deals on some really fantastic Switch games. Mario Maker 2, Luigi's Mansion 3, Mario Tennis Aces, and Mario Party. And I put up some of the U.S. pricing and some of the Canadian pricing so people across North America can see just what happens when you do the exchange on the dollars there. I think that Mario Maker 2 might be the best value out of all of them because it's loaded with content, and Nintendo put a ton of stuff for you to do in themselves, right? Like there's a whole story element, but then of course you can get into making all kinds of incredible material. And so this game is just ridiculously replayable and replayable. It's an amazing game. My kid has made tons of great levels in here and used my account to upload them, and I think maybe a few of you might have played some of the levels that she made out there, but she loves this game. I love this game, and it's a great pickup if you haven't already got that one. Luigi's Mansion 3 was such a big masterpiece made by Next Level Games, who's been killing it for Nintendo for a long time, that they are now an in-house developer for Nintendo. Fantastic mechanics, great storytelling. They put in a ton of effort with all of these beautifully animated cut sequences, all made in-house, by the way, at Next Level Games. They didn't offload any of this work to any other developers out there. They just did an incredible job with this title. I absolutely adore it. Mario Tennis is also a ton of fun. It's made maybe one of the most challenging of the Mario Tennis games that I've played so far. It's got like an adventure mode, a story type mode, which is fun. And then, of course, what Nintendo's been doing is they have all kinds of different characters that they throw into this gameplay as well. So you've got like the Nintendo family. It's not quite Smash. It's not even quite Mario Kart at this stage, but it's sort of leaning in that direction, and it bodes well for the future of Mario and sports games. Can't wait for Mario Golf, by the way. And then the last one that's on sale is this Mario Party, which I have to confess I didn't really play. I don't even know if I got a review code for this game, but this game is really about showing off the Joy-Con, and it was a game about removing the Joy-Con, putting the game in a kind of tabletop mode, and sharing Joy-Con with friends, and showing. It was almost like a demo for the motion controls of the Joy-Con. So if you've got a Switch Lite, I don't think that you want to get this game. There are probably some mini games that you can play on it, but it might actually. I think this doesn't even run on the Switch Lite. It's one of those weird anomalies where it doesn't work on that machine. But there's tons of mini games, as we know, in all the Mario Party games. The one game that's conspicuously not included in this celebration of Mario today is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. And I think I want to take Mario Day to also remind everybody that Nintendo's going to take this off of their store, and it's not going to be available to purchase at the end of the month, which is kind of crazy. It was part of the celebration of the 35th anniversary of Mario, and it includes incredible 3D Mario experiences. Super Mario 64, the seminal Nintendo 64 favorite. It's got Super Mario Sunshine, which is still one of my favorite 3D Mario experiences. That was out for the GameCube, obviously, where you have to go out and clean up the island of all the black goo that's everywhere and fight all kinds of monsters and enemies that have been brainwashed by this substance, and it has that cool jetpack and sort of hose type mechanic in there as well. It's hard to talk about this game without sort of adding dirty euphemisms into it, but it's an incredible game, and it runs beautifully on the Nintendo Switch, by the way. The standout game, though, is Super Mario Galaxy, which was a Wii masterpiece. And what a treat to revisit this game. It's just such a cool design, playing with gravity and playing with 3D mechanics in some really interesting ways. You also get the amazing bee suit in this beautiful game. And it just looks incredible, blown up on the big screen. Even though this is a game that was made on a long gone platform, it totally holds up, and it's really the standout title. But some really nice games there to kind of celebrate Mario Day with, and I hope that you do play a Mario game today. Why not, right? Let's take this day to celebrate this character. All right, and the third story in the show today is all about the Humble Bundle, recognizing this company for the incredible stuff that they've been doing. In 2020, Humble raised over $30 million, and they supported over 224 charities across diverse causes, including $2.2 million in support of those affected by the wildfires in Australia, $8.1 million in the battle against COVID-19, and $4.6 million to fight for racial justice. And the way that this works with Humble is you pick games. They also have comics. I think they do music. They do a bunch of things, and you bundle it all up, and then proceeds from the pieces of entertainment that you pick up go to help all of these different charities. And they've got Control actually bundled this month if you want to, buy some cool games and help out. Control, XCOM, Chimera Squad, and Elix. It's in a bundle through March, so you can get incredible games. The standout, of course, is the phenomenal Control, which is just so damn good. And I love what Humble Bundle does. I'm a big fan of the company. I get press releases and information from them all the time, but kudos to them for being able to find a way to get so much money into people's hands to help people out all over the world. That's really, really remarkable. I do have a couple of quick things to talk about as well. We have the world's record holder from the Guinness Book of World Records. They shot me out a press release today. This is the smallest Nintendo 64. It's made by a modder that you can find on YouTube, G-Man Mods. His real name is Gunnar Turnquist, and he's from Waltham, Massachusetts. And he's been doing this since he was 13 years old. He gets in there and creates the schematics and the 3D print stuff and just refashions all kinds of cool things. And he does it just because he loves the opportunity to do the work, and he shares his blueprints, and he sort of guides people into how they can do it themselves. But that is the smallest Nintendo 64 console ever made, which is pretty damn cool. And then finally, I have this very interesting game was sent to me today from AMC Games. It is called the Magnificent Truffle Pigs, and it's from a UK studio that's called Thunked, and this is their first game. It combines interactive storytelling with metal detecting mechanics, and there's some weird mystery to solve in the game, and you're building a relationship. The game stars Arthur Darvill, who was in Doctor Who and also the Legends of Tomorrow TV show. It absolutely has a Firewatch vibe, and I'm totally down with that. I mean, I loved Firewatch. That was such a cool idea. So the game probably isn't going to be as shocking and brand new and out of nowhere as Firewatch was, but it still looks really cool, and I do want to check it out. They've done some really nice work here with the art, and clearly they've labored to build a really cool script for this game as well, to make it something very unique. I've never been pitched a game about metal detecting mechanics before, which is pretty damn cool. All right, you guys, that is all of the stuff that's in our rundown today. I'll be back tomorrow with a regular rundown for you. Thank you so much for subscribing and for becoming an EPN member. Your support means the world to me, and we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, play forever. So I'm trying something new, okay? Because I had a lot of people in the chat as I read back last year, or for the last year, the last time I did this, where they were clicking on the thumbnail, coming for the rundown, and then I was in the middle of Star Wars or something, and they were like, what's happening? So I'm kind of separating it into two different shows. I feel like it's weird to do a live stream to kind of chat about some of this stuff, and then have you guys here. I see your questions, Peter Kokazar. I like this setup. Thank you, Peter. Second show, play forever, Rathless. So I feel what I'll do with these live rundowns and Let's Play, because the rundown's too short, and, you know, I can't really have a flow to the news and chat because there's a delay on everything, you know. I'm sure there is technology now where we could all be doing it together, but the way that it's set up right now is I have to wait for your comments. So I can't really chat while I talk about stuff for the news. So I'll do the news. I'll wrap it up. I'll cut out the news, make it a separate video, and then we'll go live with EPN Plays. And I felt weird making that two live things. And if I cut the rundown all day, or if I take a long time to cut the rundown, then I'm not going to really have the energy to do another live stream afterwards. So I think this is the way to solve this dilemma. I'll shoot the rundown live with you guys. I'll cut it into its own thing, and then we'll get into EPN Plays. So welcome to EPN Plays. That was a production meeting of one in my head, reading your comments, trying to include you in this discussion. You guys are awesome. Goku says he's so down for this. Okay, so since Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the first thing that we talked about today, I'm trying to be gingerly reaching over here to grab controllers, why don't we play a Super Nintendo game that seems would be quite appropriate for today's fantastic information. So I just want to make sure that it runs and you guys can see and hear it. Yep, here it goes. Perfect. Here we go. Let's go into picture-in-picture. Boom! This is the seminal Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo. I've never streamed this. I've reviewed this. I've talked about it in Side-Scrolling Superheroes. I'm going to tell you up front, I'm not like the master. I'm not going to be doing a speed run of this game. Hey, thank you, Goku. So happy about this new format. Thanks, Vic. Oh, man. Well, that's awesome. I feel like we need to do this check-in thing. When I have guests for Vic's Basement, I include some of your questions, but I feel like this is good for me to play this stuff with you guys and talk with you guys. And I love doing this. I get a lot out of doing this. And I also get a chance to show off some games in the purest form. Okay, so let us play a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. I'm just going back up geez, guys. Thank you. There's a lot of people here. Thank you all for being here. I can't read all of the comments. I can't scroll back and catch up. So, Goku, no, Ruby's not going to be player 2. She's at school right now, so she's doing her schoolwork. So let's get into this game. And if you have a question or a comment that you want to ask, please do so again, because I obviously I've been missing some stuff. And help me out with an all caps, and I'll do my best to kind of keep up. Okay, here we go. Wouldn't miss this for the world, old boy. Thank you so much, Nick Seabright. That's awesome. Enigmatic Penguin is here. Big Apple, 3 a.m. Let's get into it. I'm going to put the audio up a little bit. You guys tell me how the mix is, and here we go. Let's play. I am a Michelangelo guy. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. I just like the nunchucks. I always like this character. I know that there's some benefits from going with Raph and even with Leo, but I like the nunchucks. All right, first time I played this was a friend renting a SNES from a gas station, came in, one of those eggshell foam cases like it was a weapon. That's from Blair Farrell. That's awesome. The mix is perfect. Thank you, Goku. You never played this one, XGR.
Big Apple.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, let me put my headphones in so I can hear it a little bit. One sec. Yeah, it's so good. I did the Ubisoft kind of remake of this not too long ago on Side-Scrolling Superheroes. I was not impressed. And it's not that the gameplay was horrendous or that different. It just wasn't as innovative, you know. Like this still, like you can feel the freshness and the competence of the game makers today in 2021. I'm sure the Tribute people are just out of their minds excited about being able to work on this franchise, you know? Like, I cannot wait to see what they're going to do, and I'm so happy for them because they've been killing it for a long time. Tribute, by the way, has made lots of awesome games for iPhone and for every console, and their latest Panzer Paladin is excellent, and they have the mechanics and they have the art down, and they love. Oh, look at this! I'm squished. Oh my God! Thank you guys. Vic, what are your thoughts on the comic animated movie of Batman versus TMT? You know what? I haven't seen that. It's in the queue, and I want to see it. You know, I did buy the volume 1 of the Ultimate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic, the black and white sort of collection, and I'm still digging into that. And I'm becoming more and more of a fan of the Turtles, as you know, like deeper. I've loved the games for a long time, and I've got more TMNT games to talk about soon on side-scrolling superheroes. But it's, I don't know, it feels like it's a renaissance for the Turtles right now. Yo, gang, it's me, Ulrich Firelord. I changed my name here because I found out there's another person using it already. How's it going? Well, this Jiznoof, good to see you, my friend. And thank you so much for the super chat. Having a pretty epic TMNT type day, you know what I'm saying? Tribute games are old school fans. They know what's up, Drybone Jones. They sure do. And, you know, I was a huge proponent of the possibilities of mobile gaming, and I would point at Tribute stuff. I think Mercenary Kings was something that they made ages ago. I think I reviewed some of that stuff on the TV show, and it was awesome. And then what we started to see happen with mobile is everything went free to play and microtransaction and started to kind of lose its steam. So it's cool that Tribute has pivoted. They're going to more. They stayed with this premium model. I think that they believe in it, and now they're going to get some like global recognition for this next game. Not that they don't have it already, but this obviously when you put a license on it, it puts it to a different level. See that? I just knocked back the Throne Star. This is so good. Does it feel like you're hanging out with a buddy in high school, right? or elementary school? And I'm not talking about my mental age here, by the way. Tribute has been trying to make a TMNT game for a decade. It was in the Game Informer story today. Blair Farrell, that's awesome. Right, yeah, they're so good. Jiznoof, I love this game so much. It's amazing. Yeah, it's so wonderful. I guess what was wrong with the Ubi thing, you know, what they really screwed up on is they just didn't really bring anything fresh to their game, you know? Like, it was like trying to be this, but I'm talking about the TMNT Turtles in Time reshelled game. So it's cool that Tribute's making a Turtles game, but they're not making this again. They're using this, well, I think they're using the 87 arcade game as their influence, but they're going in their own direction, their own story, their own levels. I can't wait. And I really do want this to be, and this is what we can chat about a little bit here, is I really do want this to be the beginning. I mean, I've been saying this side-scrolling thing for years, man. I think what impressed me was going back and playing Mysterio's Menace from Vicarious Visions on the Game Boy Advance a couple of years ago, probably 6 years. Time's just flying by. Probably about 6 years ago, and just realizing, man, there's such an opportunity here for a lot of these side-scrolling things. So, you know, it's so great that companies are picking up on that. Rocky Y, I played that level for many, many times. I never finished the entire game. Oh, it's so great. I think I was in grade 3 when this came out, Blair Farrell. That's hilarious. Drybone Jones, yeah, they were trying to be this, but it didn't work. Yeah, we're talking about the Ubi game. So many cool little details. I mean, it's just a brawler, and there are lots of great brawlers. Konami made, good stuff on the NES too, but they also made the Batman Returns game, which is really terrific as well. Although I was less impressed with it when I revisited it for side-scrolling superheroes, and I thought I would be. I don't think it's as good as this. But there were all the Capcom brawlers. So, you know, it came out in a cluttered time, but still this stood out. And what's funny is I never had it back then. I only the first time I picked it up, I spent like $80 on this and I bought it from a guy in a shopping mall. We met at the mall, and he handed me a bag with some Super Nintendo cartridges in it, and I handed him some cash. So it totally looked like a drug deal, which was amazing to me. But what was even more amazing was that behind me were some young gamers who were waiting for my transaction to complete so that they could buy Kirby's the Kirby what's it called, the Kirby golf game. I forget the Kirby golf game, but they were buying that one. And I just thought, and again, handed to him in a brown paper bag. And they handed him cash. It was awesome. EP fan since 2001. Do you think stream-style content would have worked on cable TV 20 years ago? 1 hour programming blocks on live TV would have been neat. Yeah, I mean, I think that this is a little bit like music video playing, right? Like you're taking existing assets. I mean, the difference, of course, is that the host is participant in playing through all this stuff, but there was a lot of this back and forth kind of commentary, and they were answering viewer mail. It wasn't even email back then when music videos were a big thing. But yeah, this totally could have worked. Still can work. The trick is to, I don't know, not cheeseball it up, you know, and that's going to be the challenge for G4 competing against the streaming space, and it's been a challenge for Van already, especially in this COVID year. Thank you for the super chat, Enigmatic Penguin. That's very kind and a great question. Dream Course, thank you. Yeah, they were buying Kirby's Dream Course. That was such an epic moment for me. And it was also like, I haven't been because I have this catalog. I've been doing this for so long. I have this huge catalog that goes back many, many, many years. So I wasn't like, and I'm always talking about the new things, so I wasn't like a big retro collector guy. I just have this stuff. So I hadn't really gone to swap meets or flea markets or met with people to buy classic cartridges until I started the 16-bit superheroes thing, and that evolved into side-scrolling superheroes. So that was really impressionable. Like, I was like, wow, this is such a subculture. It's so cool. And it's addictive. I had to limit myself, actually, because I bought a lot of that's why we went from 16-bit to side-scrolling, is I bought a lot of the 16-bit superhero games that I want. I still haven't bought Punisher because it's just too freaking expensive. There's a few others that I would like to have, but I'm not spending $200 on a cartridge. But it's yeah, it's fascinating. It's super cool, and man, there's so much value in this old style gameplay. Did I get him? Wow. Have I died? Have I died? I guess I have died, but I played it before. Okay, let me read a few of these things. X-Men, the old arcade game, needs to be re-released. Yeah, the things that I hover on all the time. I don't have the space in this basement, but are those arcade one-up machines, like the Marvel machines that they've done. I really want that Turtles machine, but I don't know where the heck I'd put them. They're really cool, and they're the arcade games. Got to concentrate. Got to do some surfing through the sewer here. Can't read the comments while I do this. Man, my aim's off. Okay, got you. Hold on. Can I pause? Yes, I can. All right, hold on. I gotta show these off again. Here, I'll go full screen on this. Boop. From NECA, they sent me these things out. These are the I think they're based on the arcade models and the arcade paint jobs. But they're the video game. They're the 16-bit Turtles video game, and they're so awesome, man. They're just incredible. I have my Michelangelo figure right here. I just love these things. They totally pop. All right, let's play the game some more. 1 second. All right. Oh, I'm on. Oh, just looking at my toys. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's play. Chris Wynn is in the house. Did you get your laptop? I hope you got your laptop. The NECA figures are awesome. Round 2 gaming channel. They are so awesome. Okay, here we go. Yeah, NECA rules and Mezco rules. Of course, the Hot Toy stuff. But Hot Toys, god damn, they're expensive. Sorry for swearing. But I love what NECA does. They've got so many great ones. This is NECA. I've got Snake Plissken right over my shoulder here. Oh, and I've got a Square Enix Kratos, which I love too. They've done some great figures too. Ouch! Great music in this game too. Oh, right on! Chris Wynn has been playing current gen gaming. Upgrades from the PlayStation 3. I love it. Okay. CatMax Gaming, I know they've got more game figures on the way. I talked with Randy. He's been on EP a ton of times. Randy's one of the main people over at NECA, and he just is a super fan. He totally gets it, and he digs into all kinds of great licenses and works with really creative people to kind of realize their vision of making action figures, which I love. Hopefully they'll work with Yacht Club and make the Shovel Knight figures that those guys want to make. Speaking of toys, I have a kind of a new side gig. I've got a regular column in a magazine called Toy Book, where I talk about, you know, some of my perspectives on games, but also a little bit of how it relates to the toy industry. I've done one article for them so far, and you can find that on their website. I guess it's toybook.com. But it's pretty cool. They reached out and they wanted some perspective, so I said, sure, that sounds like a blast. Oh! Do I get to continue from there? Or do I have to start at the beginning? Let's see. We start from the beginning. So is this the new game? No, it's not, VR Grid. You now have access to some of the coolest games out there now. Congrats. Yeah, that laptop can pretty much handle anything you throw at it, Chris. No, hang on to the PS3, especially if it's the first-gen PS3. It'll play all the PS1 and PS2 stuff. Falcom Scott, yes, it's a classic, isn't it? Me too, I totally love it. It just looks... It's just pure art, you know? Like, it just looks like they loved making it, and they wanted to do something that... I mean, they just nailed it, man. I could just see... I wasn't a kid when this came out, but I could just see the smiles on kids' faces when they popped this into their Super Nintendo. They must have been flipping the F out. Tell me your stories. Put them in the chat. Goku, thank you very much. Congrats on the new gig, Vic. Thanks for always inspiring to make my way in the gaming industry. Aw, dude. Thanks for being here. Yeah, but if you got this game as a gift or you know, you were waiting patiently for it to come to your video game store, tell me about it. I want to hear some of your old thoughts on this. Alpha Cat, if I didn't get into video games, where do I think I would have ended up? Ooh, dude. That is a huge question. Apologies if you're not a dude. That just came out. I had this crazy period in my life because I was an actor before this. I was professionally working, and I had some gigs, and it was very cool. But I got a little bit cynical based on the auditioning that I was doing, and so I kind of I had kind of like a midlife crisis when I was very young, and I really wanted to know what the heck I was going to do. So I wrote down like 100 different ideas of different things that I might want to pursue, and I guess I was trying to conceive of businesses, even though I didn't really know what all that entailed back then. So I don't know. I mean, one of the thoughts that I had back then, and this shows you how long ago it was like a really cool magazine store that kind of was dedicated to this crowd, to the fans of entertainment and video games and stuff. I'm glad I didn't go that way. And I also, this was like pre the sort of rise of the barcade kind of scene. I always thought that would be amazing to have a facility where you could sort of operate kind of like as a museum for games, but also and throw some information around games, but also people would come in and play the stuff, and maybe there's food and drink there. There was a bunch. I can't even remember. I mean, clearly this was what I was meant to do when I conceived the idea for Electric Playground and talked it over with my wife and started to talk it over with people in the video game industry and the television industry. That's all I had for the first couple of years was feedback from people saying that, yeah, this seems like it makes sense. It should be out there. And so that was what fired me up, you know. It was enough for me to go, okay, well, people don't think I'm insane for wanting to make a show like this. So, and that was enough. And eventually we convinced enough people to raise the money and find the broadcasters. So we launched it in 1997. Sabbath, nothing to report on with G4 right now. I get that question a lot. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. That's awesome. Thank you. Awesome come up story, Vic. Glad you took the path you did, making endless entertainment through EP. Yeah, I mean, it's never been easy, but I've always felt immense gratitude that this is the dream, you know, like that I was able to kind of do what I wanted to do. And, man, it's taken a lot of work and a lot of people's involvement and support to this day. I mean, all of you are here supporting this. You're all supporting wherever EP goes next, you know, which is very kind of you and something that I'm very grateful for. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, it did start out of love. It started out of this obsession and fascination with the business. And there wasn't really about just like this financial opportunity. It was like, oh my God, I really want to do that. It would be really amazing to be able to shine a spotlight in this direction. So I've been able to. Death Vortex, I honestly don't even think there was a better co-op game. I think they may have even surpassed Contra in my circle of friends. It's so fun, right? Like you can have a conversation and still have a blast, be challenged by lots of cool little details. It's got great music, great vibe, great energy. Like it's superb. It may be, it's in the top 5, I think, for the side-scrolling superhero games. I think it's up there. I think it's in the top 5. It's so freaking good. You know what? I just reviewed that damn Ubi game on I think on the Xbox 360. I just played it on, and it was dull. It was just so boring, you know. And so I didn't go back to play this again. But I remembered how joyful it was to play this, and I'm feeling that right now. It's just it's an amazing game. It's so good. I'm not dogging Ubi, by the way. They just didn't deliver on that one. And I haven't gone back to play the Turtles game that Platinum made, but I remember being less than enthused by it, and that just shocked me that Platinum would not deliver a great Turtles game. Abby Jameson says Reshelled lacked a lot of the original's charm. It sure did. And Army My Pants, that's an interesting name, says I think if you put pants in any username, it's always interesting. Pants. Army My Pants says Ubisoft lost the spirit of the game. That's what it was. I mean, they got the core mechanics and the bare essentials, but yeah, they lost the spirit. Ooh. Here we go. It's weird that that's a bomb icon. But I guess it's like the smart bomb. In the parlance of the arcade days. Okay. Sabbath, what's my favorite JRPG? I think it's still Final Fantasy III, which was Final Fantasy VI, the Super Nintendo JRPG, which really opened my mind to the genre in general, and I guess because it's so formative, it holds a very soft spot in my mind. But I've been really impressed by Persona. There's tons. I loved Final Fantasy VII Remake. I wasn't as huge a fan of Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 1, by the way, but the remake I really loved. Okay, so that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've got a couple of other things that I want to play, and they're on the Switch, so I'm just going to bounce out here for a second. Why don't you guys take a look at, since it's Mario Day, while I'm setting up the other machine, you guys can take a look at Super Mario 3D All-Stars trailer right there. All right, I've got a whole bunch of different videos to select in there. Thank you for the super chat, Sabbath. You rock. I got a great question in here from Death Vortex. Vic, with all the popularity of these types of games have been getting over the last little while, I hope other devs follow suit. Could you imagine a new Ninja Gaiden? Having said that, what a treat Cyber Shadow was. Yeah, Cyber Shadow is insanely, insanely great. I absolutely adore that game. It's Mario Day, though. We are going to play Apex Legends, but I figured why don't we just jump into play a little classic Super Mario 64 for a minute. I don't think I've ever streamed this, which is surreal. Like we're streaming through the ages right now. So let's play a little of this, and then we'll wrap up the day with a little Apex Legends on Switch, all right? All right. Oh, I think I did stream a little bit of this, didn't I? I did. But it's Mario Day. We got to stream. Woo! All right. Oh, no! Here we go. By the way, where is the Final Fantasy VI remake, or Chrono Trigger for that matter? What do you think they're waiting for? Sabbath, I think what they're on the Final Fantasy VII remake trail for a little while. There's a lot of content. That's right, they switched the camera angle on this now. I think I can change this. How do I do it? Controls. Options. Inverted. Okay, it is. Okay. So I think once the Square Enix goes down the path with all this, I think we're going to see something very similar to what Resident Evil is going through right now. I think we're going to get remakes on all of that stuff. It's crazy that so many people, this is a little tangential, but there's so many companies reference Final Fantasy Tactics, but Square Enix just refuses to make us a new one or remake that classic one for modern audiences, you know? And they absolutely should. It was so sensational when that first one came out. Great question, and thank you very much for the super chat. You are amazing. Chrono Trigger remake would make Abby Jameson complete. Peter Kokosaur also inverted, just like me. I know there's a lot of people are like, what? But you know what? I learned inverted on playing GoldenEye. I think that was the one. Playing first-person shooters, GoldenEye and Halo. And just sort of just getting accustomed to it, and then needing to do it when would bounce onto mouse and keyboard controls on the PC games, and it stuck with me. Okay, let's jump in. We'll just do one quick level. I think I've done a lot of the sort of early level stuff in here. I didn't play the game forever and ever because I have played the game forever and ever. Okay, let's go back. I've gotten all those, it looks like. Oh, maybe I didn't. That's right, they wouldn't have a signifier on the door. You gotta go all the way up to the thing. This is the first level in the game. I'm playing Mario Galaxy for the first time. I think I do have everything here. Super Mario 64 deserves a remake or a sequel. Yes, Sabbath. What do you think they should do? Should they do it in exactly the same sort of blocky polygonal art style? Or should they do like a full refresh, maybe use the Bowser's Fury kind of imagery, which is just beautiful. So that's a sensational game, by the way, you guys. Invert is like using a camera on a tripod. It's completely right. Gamer Crush. Well, there you go. Xenogears, honestly, would likely make me have a heart attack if they remade that complete. Oh, I've got all this, too. So I've got the early courses. Let's get out of here. If I'm going to play the game, I want a star. You know what I'm saying? I may not be able to get one for you today. Let's see what's in here. Oh, this might be hard. This might be a star that is too tricky for me to get. Oh, I've only got 4. Okay, let's see. Oh, the Frosty Slide for the 8 red coins. I should be able to do that. Let's see. Such seminal music. Are they down here? Let's see. I think it's the blue coins down here, isn't it? Okay, let's go. Ah! Yeah, it's the blues. Oh, no! Go! Penguins are my favorite animals, by the way, guys. Oh. Oh! I almost bit the dust. No, I did! I'm sorry. Max, play forever. Love this channel. Stay awesome. Maxwell's Unearthly. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay. I'm going to go and try to find an easy star. Let's go. Let's go this way. Oh, what's down here? In you go, Mario. Uh-oh. Oh, I turn this on and I just want to get lost in this game forever. I think this would be analogous to, like, turning this on for the first time was like getting a cartridge for an animated show that I just loved. You know, for a lot of people that grew up loving the Turtles and then they get Turtles in time. This was like completely mind-blowing for me when I first got this. I've told this story before, but I bought the Japanese N64 in Los Angeles when we were on a road trip marketing Electric Playground, trying to find partners. And so I bought an import N64 and an import Super Mario 64. And back then, there was no HDMI, as we all know. So the TVs in hotels, we were staying in a lot of cheap motels back then. They didn't have RCA inputs that you can access. They all just had like the coaxial cable inputs. And so I couldn't hook up my brand new N64 on the drive back up. And so what I ended up doing was playing a lot of Mario 64 through the viewfinder of a Handycam that we had brought along with us on our road trip. And that viewfinder was like an inch big and black and white. And I found a bunch of the early stars on the cartridge I still have on looking through a viewfinder of this camcorder. trying to figure out what the heck I was doing. Everything was in Japanese, and everything was tiny, tiny, tiny. But I still had fun. All the guys I was with thought I was insane, but I was like, I was not gonna wait. I needed to play this thing right now. And then when I did get deep into the game, I love that I didn't know what the hell I was reading on all the signs. I love that. Well, I didn't know that I didn't. I mean, I didn't know that I loved it because it was all a big mystery to me. Everything was in Japanese. And I don't think there was really an easy way to find out what everything was on the internet or anything like that back then. But I had no idea that, it's hard to concentrate on catching this rabbit while I'm telling this story, but I had no idea that it was telling you where to go to get the stars and giving you all kinds of tips and hints and stuff. Because this was all brand new, right? Like, nobody had this kind of freedom in a video game. It's all old hat now. We walk around in 3D now. But back then, it was like, what? You can go anywhere? This is insane. It's so cool. And so I didn't know that the developers had put all of the info on where to go for stuff. And I felt like, wow, I played it in Japanese, and that was the way to play it, to kind of solve things on your own. There we go, I got a star. Sabbath, do you think Project Triangle Strategy plays more like Tactics or Fire Emblem? I think it's a little bit more like Tactics, and that game looked amazing. I can't wait for that. I remember my brother got the N64, and this game on launch day, when Mario became metallic, he kept shifting around the TV trying to see reflections from different angles. The 3D was that good. Oh my God, that's from News Pooey Channel. News Pooey Channel. That's an awesome name. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, like, you know, our kids and our grandkids, they're not going to have any idea. Like, this transition from 2D to 3D, if you guys were alive, if you were around to kind of experience that like, just this cultural shift, like our worldview changed. It was insane. It was enormous, you know? And I'm just lucky and fortunate enough that I was at E3 as a lot of this stuff was being pitched, you know? I remember, I think it was Peter Main talking about how Mario would control, like if you press on the controller just lightly, he'll walk, and if you press down harder, he'll start to run, and, you know, everybody in the audience, it was awesome. Still awesome in 2021. Okay, you know what? I could get lost playing this game forever, so does it automatically save? I think it does, right? So let's go to the title selection, and we'll play just a little bit of the awe-inspiring Mario Galaxy. Delta Charlie, don't swear. I will do that. I hear you. I think my kid might be watching right now, too. Okay, so let's jump into Super Mario Galaxy. The original DKC trilogy for the SNES, remade by Rare, would be awesome. Something like the Crash Trilogy remake, but 2D, of course. Listen, that's what we're talking about. Great ideas. You guys are incredible. And you know what I love about the chat is that there's a lot of deep cuts in the group of people that support EP. A lot of people that have been watching for a long time, but there is just this awareness of the history and the cultural significance of this medium, and I read it and I see it in your comments all the time, and I'm incredibly appreciative of it. Okay, so what are we doing? Okay. Oh, right, I have to move this around. I forgot about that. Okay, let's go. Let's play that file. Let's do it. Spooey's channel has a collection of old G4 content. He keeps updating it constantly. He's got everything from the old Tech TV to the late G4 shows. Okay, all right. We've got to push and get Vic back on there again. Jizzproof, I got to get back to work, y'all. Have a good day, everybody. You too, Jiznoof. Sorry. Thanks for coming. You want a Galaxy 3 or an Odyssey 2 or a sequel to Mario 64? Sabbath, thank you for the super chat. The answer is yes. Yes, I do. All of it. Oh, okay. He's got some mail for me. Beautiful music in this one. Mr. Mario! I can't remember where I am in this game. This is a lot of game. Each one of these is a lot of game. So it was a lot to digest when I was talking about it. But I have no idea where I am. So let's see. I remember being 13 in 2005 and being impressed by the shiny textures in Perfect Dark Zero. Everything looked like it was covered in KY jelly. It's so true, Chris. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. That is awesome. Yeah, it was all new, and it was all like the cynicism wasn't there. You know, like we were all, what? You can do this now? It's very different now, and some of that cynicism is definitely warranted. But it's, I don't know. If you're like me, you can kind of carry that wide-eyed wonder of you know, what these developers are capable of with you. You know, and you can also play classic games and appreciate the hell out of them today, and you can play the new stuff. And I guess I have the other, you know, privilege of having gotten to know a lot of these game makers and stuff as well over the years, and see how hard they work to keep us entertained. But yeah, it's an amazing medium. Goku's taking off, going back to work, so we can all continue providing you with all great content over at Prime Gaming. Oh, that's awesome, buddy. Yeah, Goku works at, is it Twitch or Amazon? Either, same thing. But keep kicking ass, my friend. Thank you for your support. Henry Studio says, Perfect Dark Zero, Joanna Dark is one of my gaming crushes. Okay. We're getting into the reveals section of the program. Sabbath, you think Galaxy 2 will come to Switch as they are saving it? People will feel very... you know what would be a good thing for Nintendo to do? Is everybody that purchased this gets Galaxy 2 for free, but then, of course, they can sell it to people that didn't rush to pick this up. But that would be the altruistic and generous thing for Nintendo to do. But yes, Galaxy 2 should be on this platform for sure. Especially because they're huge games, both of them, but they feel like two parts of a whole. They really do. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's go to Battle Rock. Let's go to Space Junk. Here we go. Imagine. Army my pants, yes. And me, I'm an odd duck. I want Mario and Luigi murder the Mushroom Kingdom Mario and murder the Mushroom. Get their guns and knives out and go to work. Ken Jack Ben, you are thinking of a game Nintendo will never make, my friend. I'm sure you can find that game on the internet. You can find anything on the internet. Matthew Winstone, the generous thing would be to just leave the games for sale instead of Disney vaulting them. Something's up with that decision. I don't think Nintendo's told the whole story, and it may be tied to the announcement of new hardware and also new libraries being unlocked. I forget how to play everything, guys. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get to the end in 3 minutes. Okay. It's a surreal thing to jump from Mario 64 to Mario Galaxy. Like, things have improved. You don't often do the leaps by decades when you're looking at collections in games. It's usually like a smattering of years or a bunch of games that are all tied to the same kind of era. This is surreal. Okay. All right. I totally forget what I gotta do. Okay, there we go. All right. By the way, if you are curious, I find this still quite fascinating, but I'm still using the that Genki covert dock that I talked about ages ago to plug the Switch in. I found this little peripheral to be incredibly useful. My Switch is plugged in, but it's just a USB cable plugged into a little tiny block from Genki. I know there were a bunch of, not with the Genki one, but there were a bunch of problems with other ones that were kind of small-scale docks, but this thing's been, knock on wood, been pretty bulletproof. And it means I don't have to unplug anything else from anywhere else. It's very easy for me to switch to the Switch. That was unintentional. Okay, let's get up to here. Let's go. Where's this taking me? Ouch. Oh, right, I have to use this. No? Okay. What am I doing? Don't I just jump into that? I forget what to do. What is it? Oh my goodness. Okay. Ah, okay. That's right. Hold down the Y button. So cool. Look at this. My God, it's like watching a Mario movie. It's so beautiful. I feel a little bad that this is the game I'm showing off and it's totally not the one that's on sale. I don't know why it's not sale price, but I guess Nintendo couldn't really do that. They couldn't really put it on sale and then take it off the market because that would just anger everybody that rushed to get this when it first came out. Partially because the news was that it was coming off the store. Okay, get up there. I forget how to make my maneuvers. This is, I mean, this is a kind of a small-scale test case for the idea that as we play games in the future, especially as our minds are crowded with all kinds of different games at the same time, when a game system knows and registers that you're picking up a game that you haven't played for a while, it should automatically pop up a refresher video explaining all the controls for you, which you could deselect if you didn't want it. But there should be this conversation with you and the hardware and the software kind of to remind you, right? Because how often, this must happen to all of you guys all the time, but it definitely happens to me because I move on and I play a bunch of things and I go back every once in a while to titles that I really love. And I always forget the mechanics and the controls and how do I get around? What do I do? Especially, I've said this before, especially after I've played a Spider-Man game. Every game I play after Spider-Man, I feel like I want to swing through it. And it always bugs me that I can't. Okay. All right. So there's a little Mario action. Love this. What would you want in an open-world Mario game? Like, I think we got that with Bowser's Fury. I mean, all of the levels are standalone in a way, but they're all connected, and you can go to them and take them in any order that you want. So I think they did something really remarkable with Bowser's Fury. In one case, because of its brevity, but in another case, because it is so open. You can climb to the top of something and see the next area that you're going to go to and travel to and get involved with it. And I think, it's opened the door for increased horsepower and SSD type technology like what's in the PlayStation 5 and the Series X, eventually coming to a Nintendo platform. And there being this constant, never-ending stream of, even Odyssey kind of hints at that, right? Like when you're cruising around New Donk City, you could think that you could be able to pop into every window and jump out of it and then cruise off and jump into a boat, kind of Grand Theft Auto style. It'd be insane. But I think we're probably going to get that Mario Grand Theft Auto type of experience in the not-too-distant future. Okay, so there's a little Mario. Happy Mario Day, everybody. What I wanted to do now, and I'm just going to pop to first person or to one-person camera here for a second. Let's go to Apex Legends and show off a little of this game running on the Nintendo Switch. Nosferatu asks, what were your thoughts and how do you feel about the new Super Mario Brothers movie from the 90s? I remember watching that back then and not being entertained all that much. I haven't watched it from a sense of irony. I almost feel like I did something with The Room where I watched it and Blake cut together my reactions. And that was a hard day. That was punishing. People have enjoyed that video, by the way. But I feel like I should almost do something like that with Super Mario. That's not a bad idea, actually. I could just set up the camera here and watch it on the computer. Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't remember much about it. Dennis Hopper as Bowser it was all weird. But yeah, we're due for a better movie than that, I think. And so is Mario. Okay, let's play some Apex Legends. You may know this game as the game that has taken over many of your friends' lives. It's been available for every platform for a couple of years, except this one. It was just released yesterday. And it's free to play. which I don't spend a lot of time playing, not in protest or anything like that. I appreciate the value of free-to-play. I recognize that a lot of people connect over free-to-play games because there's no barrier to entry, and so there's these great, massive communities that exist around these things, and I think that's awesome. But I also feel like sometimes they're kind of review-proof, and my job for the last quarter century has been to review these things and talk about them. But it's really hard to put a score on something like this because there's no, like, if you want to play a free shooter with some neat characters, that's kind of like a fusion of Overwatch and PUBG. This is your game right here. Plus, it's got the Titanfall kind of wrappings around it, even though we're not jumping into Titans. Okay, so anyways, enough chitter-chatter about the game. Let's play it. And forgive me, I'm not going to be great at this. I've played it like once or twice, and then I put it away. I mean, that's what I tend to do when I check out these things is... I've streamed some of these free-to-plays like PUBGs and stuff. I've had a great time playing them, which it kind of sucks. I just don't have that... Like, I don't talk about these things on a regular basis, so I can't really justify playing them for the amount of time that people do to get the most out of them. But I have so many friends, and I know you guys do too, that just love this freaking game. They love it. They play it every day with their pals. And Respawn is one of my favorite game makers. They're awesome. Titanfall 2 is my favorite first-person shooter. I don't want to play Bloodhound. I want to play Pathfinder.
I accept the challenge.
Okay. Oh, I'm pairing up with somebody here. Okay, here we go. I think this game is free everywhere. Godzilla Gorilla is playing Apex right now.
Looking quite confident, aren't we?
Real talk, I like the Super Mario Brothers movie and Street Fighter. It's all right, man. Confession part of the program is live right now. Sabbath, thank you. Me and my friend used to watch you all the time back in the day. Did not even know you had a YouTube channel. That's why I keep donating. Hope you stream more. Channel looks good. Oh, thank you so much. Are you new to the channel then? That's amazing, Sabbath. Thank you for being here. I'm sort of committing to streaming once a week. But I also do podcasts where I have interviews with people. On Friday's show, it's going to be a little bit earlier, I think at 1 o'clock Pacific time. I'm going to have Paris Lilly from Gamer Talk Radio, and he's now part of the Kind of Funny group as well. He does their Xbox podcast. But he's been doing some great stuff over the last little while. And we've chatted at events and stuff, but I wanted to have him sit down. We're going to talk a little bit about the state of the current gen of machines and get to know Paris a bit, and we'll talk about sort of the latest news and all that stuff as well, the Bethesda deal. Looking forward to that convo. And then I've got lots of great content for you to check out. I've been YouTubing for the last 5 years, and we found all kinds of different ways to tell some cool stories about what's going on in games. Okay. So I have to go find some weapons and some tools and gadgets and try to stay alive. Oh, okay. Sure, I'll take the helmet. So this is not running on state-of-the-art hardware, and so you could predict that it's not going to look like state-of-the-art visuals. But Panic Button has done some really good work at. I can't use any of that. Okay, back up. Has done some really good work getting the most out of this hardware. Oh, here we go. I haven't played this enough. I don't know anything about the voice chat functionality or anything like that. I don't know if you have to use the Nintendo online phone connection, which probably is true. And I don't, like, we're in Season 8 of this game, so I don't know, can you run into vehicles? Can you take any vehicles like in PUBG or anything like that? I don't even know. You guys can fill me in as we go. Paris is good people. Emilio Lopez, friend of mine. Awesome, Emilio. Yeah, he's really cool. I've always had a good vibe off of that guy when I've talked with him at different places. I'm a big fan of what Gamertag Radio's been doing. They've been running forever. Those guys are all great. My friend's bro was ranked Halo 2 player back in the day, Kokazar. He would slaughter us all on 3-on-1. I can only imagine how good the kids that growing up with this stuff are. Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, look at these reflections in here. That's pretty good. Probably looks pretty damn decent on the stream there. Oh, I'm getting shot at. Chatting. All right, so I'm the noob.
Recharging shields.
Let's see if I can get anybody. They're flanking. Come on, come on, come on. Got ya. All right.
Just eliminated the whole squad. I am repairing myself.
They are going to be embarrassed that it was me that got him, but that's cool. Let's put a helmet on and an Evo shield, and will my backpack? Yes, let's put that on. Okay. Here we go. You can see stuff kind of popping in as you go, and the textures aren't super detailed. I'm sure some of you have played this on Series X or PlayStation 5 and been blown away by the visuals. I haven't checked it out on any of that. I will when I'll have some further thoughts on how this runs comparative to other machines. But it's cool that it's here, man. I know that there's a lot of, and it's cross-play as well, right? So a lot of Switch players can now play with their buds on other machines, which is pretty rad. I'm liking this cross-play future. Okay. Can I put anything on here? Let's see. I can put a scope on. Right? Oh. Great. Oh, and I lose some stuff. Okay. All right. Let's go see where are some enemies. Bring them. Isn't Apex Legends free? I may be wrong, but I thought it was a free-to-play experience, isn't it? I know that they have all kinds of bundles and stuff. Nintendo shot me the review code for this, and I know that it came with some extra doodads, like extra experience points and stuff. But I thought this was a free-to-play game. Correct me if I am wrong. It is. Yep. First-person shooter on a controller is just no Death Vortex. I play so many console games. I find it incredibly challenging to go back to mouse and keyboard now for anything, even first-person shooters. I get used to it when I play. And I've certainly gone to enough events where it's like, nope, here's your station, Vic. It's a PC. Good luck. And then, you know, an hour or two later, I've got a hang of it, the hang of it again. But I have certainly trained myself to be much more comfortable on a controller, not necessarily better. All right, I need some enemies to kill. Where are they? Took Army My Pants some years to get better with a mouse and keyboard. It is, I mean, it's very different. It's a very different experience to play a shooter on a console with a controller and then go to a PC. I see that struggle. That struggle is very real at Call of Duty events and things like that all the time. Okay, here we go. The ring is coming in. Okay, where do I go? Where do I go? So I don't want to run to the ring. Are they following me? Is everybody else a noob? Okay. Okay, I see the ring's coming in. So we want to go this way. We want to go this way. This way. Okay. It's pointing me in the direction. So we are going the right way. Okay. What's up, Powder Cake? Good to see you. Good to see you, Kashimoto. And Wilden. Adrian Leon. Yeah, Respawn's insane. So good. I had a nice convo with Vince Zampella at the External Development Summit in, was it October? We had a nice interview about his history and coming back to Medal of Honor, because that was one of his first big games, working on Medal of Honor for the PlayStation 1. But they just made the VR one, Respawn did. Where do we go? I couldn't get him to confirm new Titanfall, but I really want Titanfall 3, and I hope all of you will join me in that obsession for a Titanfall 3. Also, I'm curious. This is going out to the chat here. Would you be more excited by an SSX 3 caliber SSX game, or are you more excited about Skate 4 coming? Because we are getting Skate 4, but would you be happier if EA announced instead of that? I was purple, so I hope it was better. Would you be happier if EA had announced that new SSX is coming, or should they just bite the bullet and do both, which is the right answer? Ooh, I thought that was a guy. Sabbath with the super chat, thank you. Why do you think there is not a single Call of Duty game on the Switch? It seems odd. It really does. That's like Activision just leaving money off the table, right? Oh, jeez, don't run into the ring. I expect that will be. Are we in the right place? I don't know if we're in the right place. We might be doomed. I expect that will be an answered with a Switch, a Super Switch. I don't want to call it a Switch Pro. Let's go with Super Switch. I think that they will pick up stuff like that. SSX for me. SSX for sure. SSX. Andros 2K OM Gaming. I would prefer some sort of arcade snowboard game. Skate 4 is cool. Oh my god, I'm dead. Am I dead? What happens? Am I in the thing? I'll run out. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay.
30 seconds remain. The ring is nearby.
There's 5 squads left. Okay, where are you? Where are you, Light? There you go. You're over there. Okay. Hey, Vic, busy with work, but wanted to say love the rundown format and hoping to chat with you soon if possible. All the best, my man. Thank you, man. Big love to you. Can't wait to play the new Crash 4 on PlayStation 5. I'm really excited to play the next-gen version of the game. And it's coming to the Switch, too. Blade Blur, if you didn't know, works at Toys for Bob. He's on the QA team over there, which is so rad. That's an amazing developer. Pressing up on the D-pad. Do I need to heal? Oh, I do. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Super Nintendo Switch. I love it. 4 squads left. I mean, we are not getting any of the squads, but we're doing great. Okay, oh, can I get this? How do I get it? Oh, I have it equipped. Okay. Okay, so.
Oh no! Ring flare opening near us.
Oh no! I'm playing as Pathfinder the robot. Hi, Vic. How would your? What would your perfect TNT game be like? Well, I'm really hoping that this tribute game is that. You know, I was really impressed by Streets of Rage 4. That was so awesome. And what I loved about it was not just the modern art style and the adherence to like some old design principles, but they also threw in a lot of sprite-based work to kind of honor the classics. And it was just joyful. It was really wonderful to play. And oh, is this guy bad guy? He just ran right beside me. I guess we're all a bunch of noobs. I'm dead. No. Am I dead? What's happened to me? Oh. I don't even know what's going on. Oh, I can recover. Okay. It's like nothing's going on, nothing's going on, nothing's going on. Intense action! Shit. What? Oh.
Looks like you got a new kill leader.
Well, I got a kill. I got one kill in there.
Cheers, eliminated.
I survived for 13 minutes. This really reminds me of playing guns when I was a kid. Which sounds kind of crazy, but I used to play this hide and seek with toy pistols, and we would do this kind of thing. We would chase each. I mean, that's what this is. It's like a video game interpretation of the classic. Chase each other around and bang bang until the last one survives, and it was all on the honor system. That was fun. That's fun. It runs pretty good. Let's read. So. The perfect TMNT game would be something that honors the joy and the clever inventiveness of the Konami Turtles in Time Super Nintendo game, or the arcade game that they made, but modernizes the systems a little bit more, gives the characters a little bit more definition and distinctive qualities that really benefit each time that you step up to play. The 4-player support is incredibly important as well, which that's going to be a part of Shredder's Revenge. I think we're going to get the best Turtles game. I mean, I think ideally we get a 3D Turtles experience that's, I don't know, the astral chain of Turtles games. You can tell I'm still carrying a little bit of a sore spot for Platinum not crushing it with their Turtles title. But that's a company that should have made us an amazing Turtles game, but they really didn't. Good question, though. Arcades are incredibly important. I'm friends with the folks at 8-Bit Beans. They've put together a really cool facility out in, I think it's Whitney, Ontario. I've never been there. They're the guys that we did the coffee with. We did the Espresso Playground coffee. That's Deadly Grounds coffee. And so they had this other cafe kind of dedicated to horror, and then they opened up an arcade that serves coffee, and I think they also are licensed, so they have adult beverages there as well. And then, of course, they opened and the pandemic hit, so they've been in this open-close nightmare trying to protect the safety of everybody in their community for this past year. But it looks awesome. I know that they've been working hard to find all the right machines in that place. I've never visited because it opened last year, but I cannot wait to come back to the Toronto area and go and visit that place. And I think that I adore arcades. You know, we shot, Johnny Millennium and I shot in one in New Westminster not too long ago. And we just loved that experience. It was awesome. Capmax Gaming is saying Vancouver's got some good ones. The place in New West is terrific, Army My Pants. It's awesome. What's it called again? It's Capital City Arcade, I think it is. Yeah.
Listen up,
Kids will always play cops and robbers from Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck is here, ladies and gentlemen. I bought a Detroit Tigers baseball cap because of you, Tom. Clayton Blair with the awesome emoji collection. I love it. How morbid was it to pretend to kill our friends? Last Disciple. Yeah, it was part of it, right? Didn't really think about it. I actually played I don't know if I should tell this story. It's pretty bad. But when I was a young punk teenager, we still were playing guns. We didn't have Battle Royale video games back then, okay, guys? But we used to play in an area called Robson Square in Vancouver. It's downtown Vancouver. It's a very populous area. And Vancouver, like a lot of cities across Canada and lots of cities where it gets really freaking cold, has a lot of tunnels in between, malls and things like that. Robson Square has a series of connected tunnels that connect you into the mall, and there's an ice rink and all that stuff. Anyways, we were running around with our toy guns shooting at each other, and we were trying to sneak in and chase each other all through all these little nooks and crannies. What we did is we didn't know we were doing this, but we opened doors and we ran through right where the security guards all work and their basic HQ. We ran through the security guard HQ with our toy guns trying to pretend to shoot each other.
Evo shield here.
And nobody was there, but I think alarms went off and whatever, and so the security guards were chasing us all over the frickin' place in that area. We didn't get caught. We somehow managed to avoid getting caught, but we saw security guards everywhere. It was like a total Metal Gear Solid moment where these punk teenagers just trying to have fun chasing each other, playing guns. Oh God! And I could just imagine the horror show that would have been in places where real guns are proliferate. We were very lucky and dumb, but the adrenaline was pumping that day for sure. It was pretty crazy to turn around and see like security guards on walkie-talkies. Do you see him? Do you see him? Do you get him? It was crazy, but we didn't get caught. And I'm only 25. That's right, Louis Arias. I imagine Vic probably used to listen to Radiohead in his teenage years. I've been listening to Radiohead forever. I love them. One of my favorite bands to go see him live as well. Derek, thank you so much. Derek Davey for the super chat. You are the best. Thank you. We need a new TMNT Tournament Fighters. Lewis, I think what they're probably going to do is they'll add something like that to Shredder's Revenge. It will be, because you know how these games now, they're so overloaded. They're stuffed. Every game just comes out and it's like, no, you're not done. We got this. And guess what? There's downloadable. This is coming. And this is free. And it's an ad. Like, developers challenge each other to just like load in content. So I expect that they're not going to do the Tournament Fighters idea as a separate thing. Like with Streets of Rage 4, there was a whole fighting game in that game as well. I think they'll probably do something like that with Shredder's Revenge. All right, let's see if we get another one in here. Just watching an old vid. What kind of de-aging cream do you use? From Sabbath. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, man. 13 and not 18, I hope. Yeah, we weren't 18. Vic in a cardboard box, laughing out loud. Oh, that's funny. Ethan Jory, I would never try that in the U.S., and I would never encourage anyone to ever do anything like that. Not even in the U. Like, don't ever do that anywhere. There's such a there's such sensitivity around that anyway. It doesn't matter what city you're in now. Doesn't. Like, the cops are going to be on edge if you're running around with any kind of what looks like a weapon in your hand at all. It's a totally different era when we did that, and we were dumb and lucky. Okay, let's play something else here. I wish I had played this more so I could guide you through the game, but I can't really. I'm just kind of seeing it again with you guys. Thank you for the super chat, Sabbath. You're amazing. And thank you for joining. And please, if you're new to the channel, if you just found the link to the live show, I'm doing this on the regular, but this isn't all we do. I do the rundown every day, which is our news piece, which has its roots in EP Daily going back to 2008. And I do reviews on the run, and I do side-scrolling superheroes and Vic's Basement podcasts, with interviews with all kinds of people. I review games and movies and stuff too, and I've got I got links to stuff today. I can't say what it is, but there's some good stuff coming, man. it's been a pretty exciting day actually with the Turtles announcement and a couple of things that hit my inbox today. Very excited. Oh, I should have changed the character.
This is your champion. Not bad, not bad.
New Spooey channel says
For a
Vic sleeps in a
syndicate
cryonic
troll.
chamber every night or one of those giant Tupperware containers from Erie, Indiana. That's from, what the heck is Erie, Indiana? Oh, it's not Stranger Things, right?
Prepare for battle.
I just had that Erie, Indiana. That just popped up somewhere. As Canadian gamers, what do you think of the price of games and new consoles? Games are like $80 and the new consoles are $629.99. Yeah, it's crazy. Games are incredibly expensive. But I think what's true for games is everybody that's like a big fan of this medium understands how quickly prices change and things go on sale. And there's just way more choice than there's ever been, right? So it's an expensive hobby or lifestyle or whatever you want to call it. But there's lots of value in it, too, if you make the right choices and if you have a bit of patience.
Taking fire. Phew. Inside the next ring. I love this.
Where are you? Oh! We landed right there. That was fun. I read a lot of 90s comics, so ads for them that appear. A 90s Twitter account I follow posted the intro to that show. Crazy. Death Vortex. Man, I remember paying close to $100 for Final Fantasy II US SNES back in the 90s. That's the other thing, too, right? Games have always been expensive. They have never not been pricey. What's kind of, crappy for me is that I wish that games were. I have a real aversion to this idea of devaluing the concept of video games to nothing. So this free-to-play kind of reality, and this is a game that exists in that, it kind of goes against what I believe in for games, because I believe that they should have an inherent value and you should know what you're paying for and you should get what you're paying for. But I also feel like the price on games has been this ridiculously opaque barrier to entry for most people for the entirety of our run. And what's happened, obviously, is that mobile has opened the floodgates for people to try games, a lot of them for free, and that's great. And they're included in the overall market performance of video games and the multi-billions of dollars that video games take in every year. And that's also great because that development money gets funneled in lots of different directions. But I really feel like the best work, the most fulfilling and satisfying work, in my opinion, are a lot of these action adventures or action adventure role-playing type experiences that are really steeped in all of the arts. They have a little bit of storytelling in there. They've got narrative, movie-making caliber direction. They've got state-of-the-art voice work and character modeling.
Trust me.
And more often than not, they cost full price. And I don't know any of these characters. I'll be Mirage. And
Nothing wrong with looking good in the ring.
they're single player more often than not. And so there are doors that they close, but they're also so expensive that most people don't take the risk on them, you know. But when you play something like Spider-Man, it's a massive game in the context of the sales figures that a PlayStation game is shooting for. But in the context of this, or you know, League of Legends, or like, I feel like Spider-Man could be that big, the game that Insomniac made. But there's these blockades in the way from people appreciating and getting to that, and part of it is the price, and also the exclusivity. And I've been hoping that games would drop the price and let more people in and give people more access to the state-of-the-art in where we can go with storytelling, visuals, mechanics, the whole nine yards. But we're not there yet. And it's weird because we have this, no matter where you stand on free-to-play, it's like this ever-present force that's not going anywhere, that's working very well for a lot of people. but also the expensive top-tier games keep getting better and better and better and more expensive to make. So, you know, I'm just happy for the initiatives that are out there right now that are trying to get more people to play, however they're doing, whether it's Game Pass or PlayStation Now, you know, Nintendo giving players extra value by picking up Nintendo Switch Online. All of these different avenues for people to feel like they're getting more for their dollar is good for the future of the business. And I guess we have to factor in free-to-play in there, even though it's a little antithetical to all of this, for at least getting people picking up controllers, you know, or even their smartphones and trying some stuff out that they maybe wouldn't have otherwise. But yeah, I wish games were less expensive so more people would play. And I wish that when you bought a game, it stayed with you, because we're moving into this digital marketplace forever. Maybe these non-fungible tokens or whatever, NFTs that's happening, maybe that's going to be a part of the future of the medium, where you acquire the license, but it becomes a part of you no matter where you go with it. And then if you sell it, I don't quite understand it, but you're basically selling a piece of that. Actually, I don't even want to get into it because I don't know if I can explain it. But maybe what we're moving towards is this digital tracked future where you buy something and it stays with you forever. Because that's the other thing. You have to have old hardware to run old software. And that's got to change too. Peter Kokazar, that's not a bad idea. Consignment. There might be a business in Peter Kokazar, like creating a network. We have production meetings and business meetings on our streams. There might be a business in creating a network of arcade operators and sharing games with them. You know, so it's like the game library, you pay like a monthly fee, and then you have access to a bunch of different machines, and then they kind of move around inside of the network. Might be a cool business there if it doesn't exist already. So people aren't investing thousands and thousands of dollars on machines and then having to repair them, and they're kind of stuck with them. It'd be cool if people had subscriptions basically to arcade consoles. And so the machines would change up all the time. I'm sure that exists. That has to exist out there. All right. It's a little murky, right, the game on Switch? I would imagine it pops quite a bit more on other machines, especially like a high-end PC or PS5 or Xbox Series X.
At least the ring's close.
I love all the character stuff, though, all the voice chat and stuff that I'm hearing. That's really cool. I mean, I haven't played PUBG in a while, but this has a cooler vibe to me than PUBG, which feels silly, but it seems like it takes itself very seriously with the way that everything is set up. This seems like it's Titanfall fused with Borderlands a bit, which I dig. Apex on Switch needs work.
Care package being delivered. Should I send bottles and nappies next?
I don't know where anybody is. I feel like I've spent a lot of time just running around. I guess that's what a battle royale is, right? I guess people that watch this kind of stuff all the time, they just have real patience. Or people just know the maps inside and out, and they know exactly where all the noobs are going to be, and they just go noob hunting. And those really good players are fun to watch. I am not fun to watch. I'm respawning. Move, 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 move. Oh. Oh, come on. Do I have anything? No, I don't have anything. Okay. I was holding on to something. How about that Borderlands movie, huh? Already a pass for me. Haven't played the games, and Jack Black is in it. Hard pass for me because of him. Henry Studio. Oh, man. Already throwing down on that. Can I be recovered? Can they heal me? If I don't die because I'm in a squad? That's cool. Come and save me. Kirk Adkins with a great question. Vic, what are your thoughts on graded video games, and do you own any? I think that's a great idea for the collectors out there. I mean, they have massive assets, you know, and huge investments into these things. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, just like the comics, to be graded. I don't have any. No, I do not. My library is really composed of the games, the physical games that companies have been sending to Electric Playground forever and ever to review. Sometimes we had duplicates and stuff that were sent specifically to me and maybe some of the other reviewers that I've worked with over the years. But that's primarily with that. And then I've got a bunch of even earlier stuff, like my old Super Nintendo and Genesis games. And prior to that I purchased along the way. And then some newer stuff that I've been purchasing along the way too. But a lot of it is just the collection of the stuff that you saw in the shows. And it's all been preserved. We didn't sell any of that. We didn't give it away. It was part of our, you know, I've always had this awareness that these are the books of our history, of the Electric Playground's history, and that they should be a part of what makes Electric Playground up, and we'll be making content around these things forever and ever. And, you know, a lot of what's open to us is being able to, I don't know if I'm screwing something up on my stats or whatever from leaving, but it feels like you're just waiting to come back again. But a lot of what I knew then and know now, especially, is that our content is going to be about fusing a lot of what we've done before with catch-ups with people that we've known forever, looking at classic stuff and how it pertains to what's coming in the future. And I've done that a bit in the rundowns. I don't know if you guys have caught that, but if we've got an interview piece that I can easily get, and I can snag it and I can clip out something, like I just did that with David Crane and Gary Kitchen from an episode from 1999. I want to throw a little bit of that into the mix of our new content. You know, we've been here forever, and that's super cool. And the games that we've covered exist in parallel with that. Vic, you looking forward to the new MGS6 that's rumored to be a remake from Yes, Rampant Monkey. I've been wanting that for a long time. Don't think we especially desperately need a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1, but it would be great to have. Oh, am I Mirage again?
I've got everything you need.
I don't know what's happening. What's happening? Oh, I'm Mirage again. Okay.
Time for some salvo hospitality. How do you like your tragic ends, quick or slow?
Introducing your champion, the one to
Adrian, you can join me. How do you join me? I don't even know how to do that. I don't play online multiplayer stuff on the Switch that often.
Supply ship over there. Dropping in, hang on. Enemy spotted.
Okay. That's cool. There's a lot of finesse and detail to this that I'm not picking up on. And I get that. So we're going to land on this thing? That's cool. Look at those giant beasts. That's awesome. I totally missed this thing.
Going to phase.
What's this thing doing? Okay. Ooh. Oh, ocean sized. That's awesome. I just talked about Lost Words yesterday on the rundown. I adored that game, and it was a very special experience to play that game with my daughter. We were both having a very good time with it, and I'm very excited that Lost Words is coming to different machines. I talked about that yesterday on the rundown. What did you do on it, ocean sized? The music is absolutely beautiful in that game, too. I forgot to mention that yesterday.
First blood. Love it.
The battle happens quick. Be ready.
EP and reviews on the run was on City TV. That's right, Army My Pants. Army My Pants. Army My Pants. I love it. Okay. I don't know what any of this does, but that's all right. Let's run around and find a person.
Enemy spotted.
Look at the glowy things. Pick up the glowy things. Okay, I have this.
Hostile spotted.
Oh, Ocean Size, you were involved in bringing it to Stadia. Well, that's terrific. I hope you're doing all right with all the layoffs and all the stuff over there. It was really brutal to see all of that. I'm friends with Phil and I'm friends with Jade, and I know the
Hey, got a heat shield deployed here.
the guys that were at
Let's explore this way.
that worked on. Oh God, I'm blanking on the names of the game. I'm forgetting the name of the studio, the Montreal studio, Reed Schneider and I can't remember any of those names. I'm thinking about this thing and Mario and the Rundown and a million things in my brain right now. But yeah, it was really sad to see all the developments that happened around Stadia Games and Entertainment. If you were affected, I hope you're doing okay.
45 seconds. Ring spar.
Oh, okay, that's great. That's fantastic, Ocean Sized. Well, you should be proud of that game. It was terrific, and I'm excited to, as I said in the rundown yesterday, I'm excited for more people to kind of find it. It's an indie game, and it's very heartfelt, and there's a melancholy to it, and a sadness, and a maturity to the way that it's come together. It's not an action-packed experience or anything, but it's just really lovely. And I saw firsthand what it meant to my daughter while we were playing it, and it was great. Like, I was really moved by it, and I could see my kid was really loving it.
Rings moving. Better run for it.
Back up. Crack into soak.
Gray loot good, blue loot better. Thank you, Erosi. Typhoon, thank you, Death Vortex. I can't always remember these things. Like, I have so much stuff in there. It's what happens when you hit the ripe old age of 35, kids. You just can't recall every single thing at the exact moment you need it all the time. You just can't. Especially when you're streaming a game and trying not to look too foolish. I have discovered that. Not how to not look too foolish, but I've discovered that you can't just bring up all the anecdotes.
Care package coming your way.
Looks like a care package is coming.
This feels like Titanfall. Choppy Titanfall. Choppy Fall. This is really making me want to play Titanfall on the Xbox Series X right now, which is
Something good this way.
it's just insane. It's so freaking beautiful on the Series X. I don't even know if Respawn knows what they did with that game. Like, it's so good. It's so good. It's so addictive and amazing to play no matter when or how you come at it. It's so good.
Might be something good this way.
All right, what's this?
Going to phase.
Rampant monkey. Yeah, what's funny, right? You've been watching the show for years and we're the same age. It's awesome. Getting the vaccination today, Kashimoto. Wonderful.
Job done. Deploying help drone. Can't be enough.
We're still kind of waiting for real guidance on how the vaccines are going to roll out in Canada. Yeah, still, like we know they're coming, but it's been amazing to see the I don't know, like just the real like head down, let's get everybody vaccinated kind of vibe in the States. It feels like millions of people are getting the jabs right now, which is great.
Someone's been here.
They're already talking about being able to
Seen activity.
see friends and have maskless dinner parties and stuff. It's crazy. It's good. Light is at the end of the tunnel, everybody. We just got to get these vaccines and, you know, follow the guidelines for a little while longer, and we're all going to be okay.
New kill leader.
And we can reconcile what the hell we all just went through. God, what a crazy frackin' year. Do I want this? Like, what is this? Some kind of sludge? What? Oh, is it money? What the hell was that? Okay. I don't know what I just... I got it. I don't know what I got, but I got it. Oh! Get the hell out of here. I shouldn't be here. Where should I be? I should be over there where that yellow line is. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Henry Studio, CA. Like it's so profound what has happened in this last year. Every time we kind of stop and think about all the changes we've had to make, it's crazy. Stick with my teammates. I have no idea where they are. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I see a line that I'm kind of following. Am I going over to that balloon?
Heads up. New kill leader.
I don't know. I'm trying to stay away from the orange stuff.
Placing a portal.
Round 2. Let's get that countdown going.
Okay. 9 squads left. I've been doing great so far.
All clear. Ring flares far.
Thermite grenade here.
Delivering replicator. Who bloody wants it?
Replicator here, falling down.
I think that's Roger Craig Smith. Am I right? Can I shoot this? Nope. Okay, where am I going? Sean Adkins, if you're asking me, it's the Oculus Quest 2 is the best headset right now for in most use cases. I think the PlayStation VR is the most out-of-the-box comfortable, but the Quest 2 is the most versatile. And playing tetherless VR is superb. They just need to... It needs a little more power. And... but it's amazing, and then you can plug it in. It is cool. It absolutely is Knack Fury. I don't have the nuance. I don't quite know what I'm doing, or like how I can become more successful at this yet. But I certainly appreciate the amount of design and effort that has gone into this massive world. It's cool.
Looks like you got a new kill leader.
It's running pretty good. It's choppier, but it's pretty good. Okay, do I want this? Yes. Okay, it's blue, and I want that. And I some energy ammo. Is this my person? Okay, sorry, I almost shot you. It's definitely choppier. This is no state-of-the-art thing. Okay. I need a backpack or something.
Let's go this way.
Oh, only 6 people left. Okay.
Hostile right here.
Where are we going?
We cleared the ring flare. It's nice and far away.
Yeah, it's Roger Craig Smith.
Let's go this way.
Got a new kill leader. Let's see how long this lasts.
Void jumping.
New kill leader, soon to be me.
Yeah, Astrobot rescue mission is incredible, ocean-sized.
Let's see some movement, shall we?
What's this?
We're all inside the ring. Good.
All right. It's like it totally is a waiting game. Do people just camp? Do people just like hide? I don't play enough Battle Royale to know, or games to kind of really know the strategies and the best tactics, but I get the sense that there's a lot of like camping that must happen in this and Warzone and PUBG. Got that already, okay. Oof.
Good, we're inside.
All right. Are we where we're supposed to be? Okay. There's only 2 minutes left.
Replicator coming at you.
Replicator on its way down.
Where's it going to come?
Void running.
Avoid running? What?
Matt, there's something going on. This time I'm down.
All right.
Shots fired and they're hitting me.
Where are you? Where are you? He's up there.
Spots remain. I love it. Let's move that way.
You know it just us. We got to watch each other's back. Listen up, I'm getting shot. I'm down. Contact
Can I heal her?
Contact. Hostile right here. Hostile close. Contact with target.
Shit! Where are they? Oh.
Patch myself up.
Oh! I knew I was getting stuck on the healing. That's the game, isn't it? It's the game. You just wait and wait and wait and wait, and then you go crazy. Okay, well that was cool. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, and I'll come back with some thoughts on it. But that was fun. This is Apex Legends, brand new to the Nintendo Switch. And we played a little bit of Mario today, and congrats to every Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan out there like myself who's very excited about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. That's going to do it for the rundown, everybody. Thank you for the live rundown and for EPN Plays today. I'll do this again next week. I'm back again tomorrow with a brand new rundown for you, and then I've got a new Vic's Basement coming up on Friday, and you know, a lot more content coming your way. Some new reviews are coming your way as well. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for your thumbs up, and hello, and my gratitude for all the new people that have just found the channel and joined us on this chat today and joined us on the stream. We'll see you tomorrow, and until then, play forever.